Welcome back to News Geelong on this Wednesday evening. Not even chronic kidney disease can hold back Geelong cyclist Steve Carton from riding in the current Tour Down Under, as Ian Nichols reports.
Well, today we're at Barwon Health's Department of Renal Medicine for a very special interview with Steve Carton, a 37-year-old renal patient who is now getting ready for a very big event. He's going to the Tour Down Under in South Australia to raise awareness of kidney health. Thanks to Cycling Touring Geelong and other sponsors from this region, he's on his way. And today we're going to have a chat to Steve before he heads off on another training run. Well, Steve, a very courageous man to say the least, and now you're taking on quite a big job to raise awareness, not only of renal and kidney health, but to raise money in a very interesting and special way.
Yes, I actually do quite a few things for the renal unit. I raise money via an Everyday Heroes website, which raises money for Kidney Health Australia. Basically, I do a ride once a month in the name of Kidney Health Australia. That's usually a 100-kilometre ride on the last Sunday of every month. And also later this month I'll be going to the Tour Down Under to ride the one-day Booper community ride on the 20th of January. And quite generously a huge group of nurses have raised funds for me to go to Adelaide to ride the event and spread word about good kidney health.
Well, I've noticed that you're going to be riding from Norwood in the Adelaide suburbs out to Tanunda, which I believe is towards the Barossa. Yep. It's a fair ride. How many Ks would that be?
That'll be 140 kilometres with a couple of nice hills involved in there. So I've been getting me all my training done on some of the hills around this place. So it'll be a really good ride. The heat will be probably kicking in around mid-January, so it's a real challenge for me, but I'm really confident I'll get it done.
Yes, we should point out you've been on dialysis and getting treatment here in Geelong for more than 10 years now.
Yes, I've been a dialysis patient for 10 years in Barwon Health Dialysis and around the various dialysis units around the area, in the hospital and at South Geelong, and also down at Newcombe. And this place has kept me alive for the last 10 years. So I owe them a great deal, more than I could ever pay back, yeah.
At Barwon Health's Department of Renal Medicine, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Nico. There is a wealth of free arts-based school holidays activities on offer for children and youth across Geelong Region's libraries and parks. Debbie Meaney has more.
The Geelong Regional Library is holding some very interesting school holiday programs and also programs throughout the term. I spoke with Marianne Hyde from the library about what kids can be involved in and how they can join up.
We have two quite distinct programs. We have our really for our juniors, and they are from ages 3 to around about sort of late primary school, and they're doing everything from story times through to a whole range of different things that they've got going, and lots of craft type related workshops, that sort of thing. Then we also have our youth offer as well, which is for the kids 12 plus, and they're doing everything from drama workshops through to the zines workshops, as well as making book art and journalism writing as well.
So it'll be great to have kids of like-minded activities joining together, and they're free, the activities?
Absolutely, all the activities are free. All of the details are on our Geelong Library's website, and it just gives everybody a little bit of information. But it's just something a little bit different to do in the school holidays, because I know that the summer school holidays are a lot about going to the beach and whatever, but if the day's not so fantastic, if you're a little bit over the beach, then the library's a great alternative, because you can come in here and try something really creative, a little bit different. For example, the drama workshops are actually run by a really experienced actor who's actually bringing the kids in. They'll go through a script and actually learn a little bit about the behind-the-scenes method of acting. With something like our zines or our book art workshops, the kids are getting really hands-on and creating something that they can take home at the end of the session.
And we're not just talking about here at the Geelong Library in the city, are we? They're throughout the region?
Oh, absolutely. Everywhere from Queenscliff, Torquay, out to Lara, so right across the region, so it doesn't matter where that you're living. If you just jump onto the website, have a look at our school holiday program, and there's all of the details on there and how to book, etc. But as I said, they're all free, so, really everybody's welcome to come along and have a go.
And also it might give them a taste of perhaps when they head back to school, some of the activities that you run during the term.
Absolutely. We do have a manga workshop running in, for example, in the school holidays, and we have manga clubs where kids aged 12 plus can come along once a month and do manga drawing, and they watch some anime movies. And manga, which is the Japanese form of cartooning, is really, really popular. We also have our chatterbooks clubs throughout the year as well. They're for the junior under 12s, and they actually get together and do some talking about books and genres. We also have a cult fiction, which is a look at popular culture. So the kids might look at a movie one week, they might talk about books or a series of books. You know, zombies are really big right now, so they might look at, you know, what's happening with that genre. So it's, you know, really just really good fun. And as you say, sharing that kind of like-minded approach and meeting some new people, which is always good.
And what would that website be that people need to head to?
www.geelonglibraries.vic.gov.au.
At the Geelong Library, this is Debbie Meany for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. The magnificence of the city of Greater Geelong City Hall in Jerringhap Street is undergoing Heritage Victoria approved works. Ian Nichols reports.
Here we are at City Hall, Geelong, Jerringhap Street, and as you can see, the entrance is a rather interesting construction site at the moment. They're underpinning the building, probably the first time in the history of this magnificent edifice. We're talking to the Mayor, John Mitchell, about what's involved in getting us back to normal again.
Yeah, the reconstruction here is obviously an old building, City Hall, and there was a bit of movement. So what has actually happened is we've had to underpin the building. There's 35 metres of concrete have gone in. And after that's been done, which should be finished today, they will recreate the steps and put them back in, and you know, the building should be right for the next 100 years. So after this has happened, but yes, it's just a part of the maintenance regime for an old building, I suppose.
Would it be the first time, sort of in living memory, that we've had to do something about this?
I would suggest that, yeah, underpinning it, this would be the first time that's actually happened. There was one stage where, if you see over the back here, we put a ramp in for disability access. That's one of the things that we've done to the front of the building. But look, it's a beautiful old building, and you know, one would hate to think that it was neglected, and it certainly isn't been neglected. This is something that will make it strong and safe for the next 100 years.
Well, it is a magnificent building. It's an icon of the city of Geelong, and it will be good to see that it's maintained in exactly the same state.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. The heritage around this is vitally important, and it's a heritage building. It's a beautiful building. You know, when you look at it, people drive past, you see the lions out the front and the columns. It really is a beautiful old building, and it needs to be treated with tender love and care, and that's what we're doing at the moment.
So, a rough figure, how long are we going to be inconvenienced here, do you think?
No inconvenience. You just wander up Little Mallop Street there and walk in the door. But to be able to walk through the front, probably around Easter, I'd suggest that it'd be finished, done and dusted. The blokes down here that are working, they're right on the job, and they're experts at what they do. It's a bit of a technical job relaying the steps because of the unevenness of the bottom of them, so there'll be a bit of mucking around to do. But it should be done and dusted by Easter. It should always be City Hall, this building, I believe, anyway. So, you know, it's the home of the city, it's the home of the council, and it should continue to be that.
At City Hall, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. This is News Geelong as we go to a break and return with sport and weather after this.